Surprise, motherfucker.
What's up, guys? It's Benny. We've seen a lot of historic things from this desk. Presidential attempted assassinations, presidential candidates dropping out, historic debate performances that change American landscape of politics forever. We've witnessed inaugurations from here and funerals, and it's all been very, very interesting. Some of it has really been disconcerting. Obviously, some of it makes you shocked about how the systems really work and who's actually in power. But there's one video that stands out to us and will forever give us a chill. It is this video of Dr. Fauci predicting COVID. Predicting COVID on the eve of President Trump's first inauguration in January of 2017, where Dr. Fauci said with 100% certitude to a room that wasn't paying attention to him, people were just like eating their lunch, that there was going to be a surprise pandemic in the next administration. What a strange thing to say. I've never heard anybody else talk about any other presidential administration like that. But Dr. Fauci was right here telling you that he was about to loose on the world the viruses that he was creating, and he was going to create COVID. Listen.
Is that there is no question that there will be a challenge to the coming administration in the arena of infectious diseases, both chronic infectious diseases in the sense of already ongoing disease, and we have certainly a large burden of that, but also there will be a surprise outbreak.
A surprise outbreak. Dr. Fauci explaining that he was going to create COVID, and then he was going to destroy millions of lives. The greatest mass murderer in all of world history is Dr. Fauci. One of the greatest criminals against humanity is Dr. Fauci. Dr. Fauci was pardoned by Joe Biden on his way out the door in the small hours before President Trump's inauguration that, of course, atomized the news cycle so nobody could talk about it or be outraged. Why would you need to pardon Dr. Fauci? Well, ladies and gentlemen, check this out. Trump cuts off security detail for Dr. Fauci. Did you know that the American taxpayer was paying tens of millions of dollars for a Secret Service detail for Dr. Fauci? And why would Dr. Fauci need a Secret Service detail? Why would this pointless bureaucrat need tens of millions of dollars spent on him to protect him from us? Dr. Fauci had his taxpayer-funded Secret Service pulled, President Trump confirmed during a press conference on Friday. I think when you work for the government, at some point, your security detail comes off and, you can't have them forever, Trump told a reporter. We took some other people's too, he noted, referring to John Bolton's, Mike Pompeo's. Why do those people have security details? They can't protect Trump. They can't protect RFK, but John Bolton has a security detail. They can hire their own security. I can give them some good numbers and some good security people. Fauci has a lot of money. He made a lot of money. They all did. Isn't that interesting the way that Trump says that? As if he would feel partially responsible if something were to happen, certainly I would not take responsibility. Oh, no. Fauci, who is still facing threats over his handling of the COVID pandemic, or the creation of the COVID pandemic, creation of the COVID pandemic, hired personal security since having his detail revoked. Oh, good. Well, it's very expensive to have personal private security, so let's hope it bankrupts him.
The security detail
Here's
for
Trump
Anthony
answering
Fauci was
this.
terminated last night, and I'm wondering if you have any comment on that.
About what?
The security detail for Anthony Fauci was terminated last night, sir. Do you have a comment?
No, I think, when you work for government, at some point your security detail comes off. And, you can't have them forever. So I think it's very standard. If it would be for somebody else, you wouldn't be asking the question. The question is very fair. But, you work for government. We took some off other people, too. But you can't have a security detail for the rest of your life because you work for government.
Ask for it to be taken off, sir?
Yeah, we'll see what happens.
Would you feel partially responsible if something were to happen to, say, Dr. Fauci
No.
or John Bolton?
No. They all made a lot of money. They can hire their own security, too. All the people you're talking about, they can go out. I can give them some good numbers of very good security people. They can hire their own security. They all made a lot of money. Fauci made a lot of money. They all did. So if they, felt that strongly, I think that certainly I would not take responsibility.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, if you would recall, Dr. Fauci had a propaganda piece made about him by Disney, who owns National Geographic. This was released on Disney Plus, and Dr. Fauci is seen in the first frames of this, getting out of his taxpayer-funded security driver, car, and detail. Look at that. We were looking for actual physical evidence of this. Here it is. Dr. Fauci getting the door open for him by a Secret Service agent, getting out of the car as though he's some type of dignitary, some type of royal. In this, like, very, very poorly received little piece of cinema. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I got to tell you, we're very, very excited that the world is healing. Worth noting that this Disney Plus documentary on Dr. Fauci has a 2% score on Rotten Tomatoes. The Acolyte has a better audience score on Rotten Tomatoes. This is the lowest Rotten Tomato score I've ever seen in my life. There's literally never been a movie or a documentary that had been worse received than this. I've never seen anything lower. All of the horrible Eddie Murphy comedies, The Window, Geely, nothing has been rated this low. This is how much people hate Dr. Fauci. Okay, so why we're paying for this jackass's Secret Service detail so they can sit here by his pool in his sunglasses, looking like trying to be a movie star. Look at this bastard. Ugh. It's over. It was costing $15 million for his security detail. $15 million. You know what? Pay for it yourself. You made hundreds of millions of dollars off COVID with your investment in pharmaceutical companies, vaccines, and who knows how much else under the table. Dr. Fauci needs to be severely investigated. And you can investigate him. Even with the pardon, ladies and gentlemen, you could call Dr. Fauci into Congress. He can't take the fifth anymore, and you can force him to testify and answer all of your questions. And then, if he lies to you, you can refer him for new criminal prosecution that isn't covered by the pardon. Dr. Anthony Fauci, the highest paid employee in the U.S. federal government. Can you believe it? And there's a reason why. His salary is close to $500,000 a year. The reason why, ladies and gentlemen, is that he's a deep state agent, that he's been working with the CIA and nefarious, literally demonic dark forces in order to create viruses and pandemics. That was his job. His job was the creation of pandemics, not the ending of pandemics. President Trump terminates Dr. Fauci's security deal. And he said he made a lot of money so he can pay for his own damn security. Beautiful. $15 million security. Rand Paul. Today I sent supporting information to end the 24-hour-a-day limo and security detail for Fauci. I wish him nothing but peace, but he has to pay for his own limos. Yeah, look at this. Net worth tracker. Would you look at that? Dr. Fauci, look at how much money he made during COVID. I've never seen anyone get so rich when the economy shut down. According to Open the Books, watchdog group that obtained Fauci's financial disclosures, Fauci's net worth increased by $5 million in his first few years of the pandemic. By the way, how does some government bureaucrat have a $12 million net worth anyway? Been on a government salary for his entire life, and he has a $12 million net worth? No. That's like Nancy Pelosi level insider trading there. Trump has taken away Dr. Fauci's security detail. Fauci will now just stay 6 feet away from all human beings. Man, his net worth is $12 million. He can pay for his own private security. That's exactly right. Fauci's $1 million a month security detail. $1 million a month security detail ended. Can you believe this? $15 million on U.S. Marshal security detail. Based alert. President Trump strips Fauci of his security detail. U.S. taxpayers do not need to pay for former government officials' security in perpetuity. Fauci used his detail as a transportation service to take him to award shows around the country. We shouldn't be paying for this. Bolton, Fauci, they're very wealthy. No more free lunch. American taxpayers should absolutely not be paying for Fauci's security detail. I'm glad Trump ended this. Yeah. Man, people are, I think, horrified to find out that Mike Pompeo, Bolton, all of these deeps, it's amazing. Like you go and you're the servant of the deep state. You stop Trump from releasing the JFK files, and then you get Secret Service detail. You get all these like little goodies. You get all these jobs on Fox News and so on. What a creep. Dr. Fauci, you've seen him in a million interviews. I didn't know that they were, he was getting taxpayer-funded security going in and out of these interviews. You never seen him shake before.
I want to understand
Watch
that
him
if you
shake.
look at those viruses, and that's judged by qualified virologists and evolutionary biologists, those viruses are molecularly impossible
No one's
to
saying
result
they are. No
in
one's saying those viruses
SARS-CoV-2.
caused the pandemic.
Senator Paul,
We're saying they are gain-of-function viruses because they were
They're not.
animal viruses that became more transmissible in human, and you funded it.
And
Won't admit the truth.
And you
Senator
implying
Paul, your time has expired, and I will allow witnesses who come.
That's how you know, ladies and gentlemen. It's your boy Benny. Like, share, and subscribe to send Dr. Fauci to prison. My pronouns are prosecute Fauci. See ya.